Welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, coming to you live from Studio A of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm your host, Sean Anderson. Alongside me, my partner in degeneracy, Cody Delmendo. You can follow him at Cody_CHGO. You can follow the show at CHGO_Bets. And you can follow me at Sean_W_Anderson. We're being produced today by none other than the Law Dog. All right. We're not really.
Yeah,
I feel like we really don't have our full force into that. Those
I
barks.
enjoyed it.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as we're pleasing you. If you're hanging out with us, hit that thumbs up button. It does help. All right. You know, some people say it doesn't help, Cody, but it does.
What a look.
Look at that.
I don't know. Yeah, did Steven
When did
make
that?
these?
Yeah,
I've never seen that on our screen.
Steven makes all these little things. There's one of
Oh,
you.
shit, there's one of me.
Yeah, Steven does all those. So shout out to Steven. Even
Yeah.
though he's still in Pittsburgh, right?
No,
Did they
he should
get lost?
be. He should be home.
Oh, okay.
This is
I
a
don't
first
know.
time. I've never seen this.
Hey, you look good.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
do.
showing off your hair.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I wear a hat a lot.
it's pretty.
The hair is great right now. I just got a cut recently, and I'm riding the wave of it being great until it's not anymore.
Woke up like this. All right, we're in day 8 of 50 straight days of football. Cody's got some college football for you tonight. Some bets that he's going to get into.
Do I have graphics for them? I don't think so. Do you need them? I could do them now while we wait. Okay.
He shared them like.
I
at
put
like
them in the
12.
Slack, but that's
Yeah, I know.
okay.
You did. I was working on something and
I don't know.
I slacked off.
That's pretty good.
Sorry.
We got some college football bets for tonight, and then we'll preview a little bit of NFL. I got 2 best bets ish. We'll talk a little Bears.
I got
a
2
best
NFL
bet.
bets as well that I haven't told you. So
We got FIU.
I do have FIU tonight. FIU -3, and I like the under as well.
I like the under too.
UTEP and FIU.
I think it might be a minor night.
I don't know. UTEP 1-5 this year, 1-5 against the spread. 4-2 on the under. Both teams are 4-2 on the under. So let's start with the under. I got it at 44. I got the under at 44. I'd play it down to 43. Listen, UTEP, they're or I guess let's just start with it as in the grand scheme. Both teams stink offensively. They don't know how to put up points. When it comes to scoring points, these teams are allergic, folks. UTEP, they're ranked 101th.
101th, yeah.
Yeah, is that how you would say?
101.
Yeah, I think 101 is the correct.
101th in the country in total offense, and FIU is ranked 113th in the country in total offense. What scares me about the under is that both teams are not good defensively either. But when you take 2 teams that suck at scoring in general and put them together, I feel like you're just going to get a lot of disgusting football. As Bears fans, we know this.
That's true.
All right?
Yes, we know.
So I like the under tonight just because both these teams, obviously UTEP hasn't played well all year. They're 1-5. FIU is, I believe, 3-3. They're coming off a loss last week, I believe, to New Mexico State, which they lost by double digits. They lost by double digits to Liberty the week before. They haven't played well the last 2 weeks. Why do I like FIU -3? Well, I will say that when I look at the numbers for both teams, I think that FIU's, their offense is it's not nearly as bad as UTEP's at least. It's a little bit better than UTEP's. So I'm riding that. It's a field goal, like 3 points. When you see a spread for 3 points, essentially it's saying, okay, this is a coin flip. Anything could happen. So, yeah, I could absolutely be wrong here. But FIU at home, Wednesday night football, it's going to be a disgusting game. First 1 to 20 is going to win. And I think it's going to be FIU who does that. So I think with the offense that FIU has in terms of, I think, what UTEP really struggles defensively is they're not good stopping the run. They're 119th in the country in rushing yards allowed, 191. I think that could really, even though FIU offensively they're not great on the ground, they only average 107 yards per game on the ground. I think that maybe that could be better. They could go over that total for total rushing yards this week, based off how bad UTEP has been. So again, it's Wednesday Night Football. Of course, this game's disgusting. Take the under if you don't like the spread.
And revenge narrative: FIU lost to UTEP 40-6 last year.
Oh,
so there you go.
There you go. Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot about that.
Of course.
Next one is New Mexico State -3.5. New Mexico State, I just mentioned, they won last week. They're taking on Sam Houston. Sam Houston I feel like I've been betting a lot on Sam Houston games, and the reason being is this is their first year in the Conference USA, and it hasn't been great. They're 0-5, folks. They're somehow 3-1 and 1 against the spread in their 5 losses. But New Mexico State coming off a nice win last week. Sam Houston did compete with Liberty, only lost by 5. Their defense is really good. But I can't trust their offense. I feel like this is one where Sam Houston State could be in it until halftime, and then New Mexico State kind of tires them out, and they, win by 10 points or something like that. Sam Houston ranked 133rd in the country in total offense.
Is that last in the FBS?
That might be 133rd.
I think it's 133.
Is that last? Okay.
It used to be 131, and I think Sam Houston and Jacksonville State made it 133.
Jacksonville
maybe.
State took the leap to FBS, yeah.
And anyway, Sam Houston State, the dead last in total offense, and New Mexico State, they're at least in the top 100 in yards allowed. So I think their defense will be able to hold them pretty much easily, considering how bad Sam Houston has been offensively all season. And you give me a field goal in the hook. I'm a little scared about the hook. I hate the hook, but there's 2 football games tonight. I'll test it.
Hey, Blues Travelers told me not to be afraid of the hook, right? They had a song called Hook.
Yeah.
There you go.
The hooks. It's SpongeBob reference right there. The hooks.
I mean, shout out to me, credit to me for making the graphic there.
Yeah, that was very quick on your feet. Good job, Law Dog.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could tail Wednesday CUSA night action just yet. I like it. It's bold, and you're always bold. How did last night go for you?
Coastal Carolina covered the 5.5.
Yes, first ever win in Boone.
Yeah.
Oh wow, in Boone.
Yeah.
And then I had 2 bad beats. I mean, Jacksonville State they were beating Liberty. They were in the game. It was tied at halftime, and then they just fell apart in the second half. So that one turned out to be bad. But they had a bad turnover. They looked like they were at least going to cover the 7, and they had a really bad turnover in that fourth quarter. So that sucked. And Law Tech, I don't know what the hell happened with them. That was bad. So I finished down last night.
Yeah.
We have those nights. Tonight's the night we get hot again.
Same here. I took not the Dodgers because they didn't play, but I took them on Monday. That was a loss. And then I took La Tech, and La Tech almost made the comeback. Couldn't do it with Stevens guy Hank Bachmeyer. And I also took the Kraken to win the first period, and they got absolutely smoked.
I did take Connor Bedard to record a point.
Hey. Oh, wait, can we talk about Sean's best bet of the night for hockey last night, which was Connor Bedard under 2.5 shots?
Yeah, and he had 5.
Yeah, he had 3 shots in like the first 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And they won. The kid's great.
Exactly.
I'm not mad at it. Hey, I was wrong.
Don't bet against Connor Bedard.
Oh no, we have Hockey Jesus in town.
Is it the official automatic play to bet for him to at least have a point every game?
Yeah, well, I don't know about a point every game. That's pretty tough.
Okay.
I did bet 70, so it's near a point a game pace.
He was at -140 where I got it. So,
yeah.
But I know there are other books that had it, boosted, stuff like that.
I saw one thing too, like shots on goal prop was at like 350, which would be a pretty decent hit or a decent sprinkle maybe. I don't know what 5 times 82 is, but
okay.
Yeah, 4 under 10 shots. Yeah, so
but maybe not for the entire year,
pace.
but again, this is the baseball mind in my head thinking the league, the NHL doesn't know, like, they don't know how to do, like, guard this guy or whatever, right? Like, do we ride the hot hand of Connor Bedard to record a point, to go over a half point, like these like first 5 games? I feel like it should be an automatic play since no one like knows anything about this kid yet.
There's a game tonight. I mean, people know about him. I don't know about
people
that.
know, but like, okay,
there's no
he's played one NHL game. That's all I'm saying. Like it. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, it is a very different game because it's not like you just start like throwing the guy more sliders or anything, or it's like you start playing like 2-man shell or something. Like you just have to be quicker, better, faster, and smarter than him. And most people just aren't. Like I mean, he just seems like naturally that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't know if you could just stop. Like a good way to shut down Ohtani is not to pitch to him, but then you're just gonna walk him every time. You know, I mean, there's real no way to win. I think he's just that kid.
All right, well, I think I'm going to play it again tonight just because.
They got the Bruins. Let's take a quick break. We'll let you know about DraftKings Sportsbook, and then maybe we'll get into some hockey and we'll get into some NFL picks. But the NFL season is going strong. DraftKings Sportsbook is hooking new customers up with an offer that's even stronger. Bet $5 on any game this week and score $200 instantly in bonus bets. And DraftKings isn't stopping there. All customers can take advantage of a sweetener offer every game day this October. Upcoming, I think I'm waiting because there has been those promos with DraftKings Sportsbook where you get like a 50% boost on an NFL game on Sunday.
I believe it's
it's a
well, I think
thing.
you even get a Thursday night one.
You get a Thursday night one, but I don't know if I have a Thursday night play just yet. Maybe
I do.
Broncos 10.5. But I really like the Saints money line. Going into Houston, taking care of a rookie quarterback. I know Stroud's been good, but they got Kamara back. Michael Thomas looks all right. I like the Saints money line. If we get a boost on that, I think I'm probably going to boost that to plus money and ride the Saints this weekend. But that's just me. Anyways, get into the game day greatness. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code CHGO. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets when you bet $5 on the NFL. That's code CHGO only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org. Please pay responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Licensee partner E in Golden Nugget, Lake Charles, Louisiana. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See sportsbook.com/football terms for eligibility and deposit restriction terms and responsible gambling resources. Thank you to DraftKings Sportsbook. Thank you.
All right.
What do you got for Thursday?
Well, I already placed the bet on the under at 48, and it's down to 47.5.
You moved the line. Congratulations.
Death, taxes, primetime unders, baby. We're 10-6 on primetime unders this year. It's a divisional game.
Yes.
Outside of just the trend, it's a divisional game on prime time.
Yes.
Divisional primetime games love to go under.
Yes.
They do. So, and I think the Chiefs, I don't know about you, and I know it's hard to tell because the Chiefs, they've lost one game, and it was the week 1 game against the Lions. But to me, they hadn't, up until last week, they hadn't played their best football. I thought last week they played their best football of the season. I thought Patrick Mahomes played his best game of the season last week. He had a 109.9 QB rating last week. That was the highest of the season for him. 281 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Against the Jets, 63.6 rating, 2 interceptions, 203 yards passing, just 1 touchdown. Okay, against the Bears defense, that's not saying much. 127.3 QB rating, 272 yards passing, and he sat out the entire fourth quarter. So maybe that game was his best game of the year, but last week's game was his second best game of the year, and again, it wasn't the Bears defense. He had 305 yards passing against the Jags. Did have an interception, 2 touchdowns, and then against the Lions, 226, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 77.5 QB rating. Again, it's Patrick Mahomes, so it's hard to grade which game was better than the other because he's just a great player, right? The Chiefs have beat the Broncos 15 straight times.
Mm-hmm.
again, divisional game. I think Mahomes at home, I believe this game is at home. He's going to come out and just continue doing what he did last week. I think last week I saw a lot of him going to other people outside of Travis Kelce. And so my favorite play outside of the under is Mahomes over 25.5 completions at plus 100 on DraftKings Sportsbook. He went over 26.5 last week, and it went over in the third quarter. So, and again, divisional game, the Chiefs own the Broncos. I think Mahomes gets an extra little. It's like Aaron Rodgers going up against the Bears, or the Packers going up against it. Yeah. They just like he gets that little extra juice to want to play even better than he absolutely has to, because it's the Broncos. It's a divisional game. They're kind of rivals, whatever. So, I think I'm staying away from the spread, because against the spread, Mahomes as a double-digit favorite is not profitable at all in his career. And I'm not going to put my money on the Denver Broncos. But again, I like the under, and I think as one prop, I think Mahomes could easily complete 25 or complete 26 passes. I think he could get over it in 3 quarters.
Yeah, no, I like that play.
Because they love to throw the ball.
And I think, too, like, it does seem like it's going to be high wins in Arrowhead, which I think would be leading to more completions, more attempts, because you're going down the field less. You'll probably see more screens. You'll probably see shorter routes. You'll probably see 26 completions for like 220 yards, right? You're not going to see 26 for like 300 because he's not airing it out. So I do like that. And two, you think that they'd likely try to keep it away from Kelce, which means I think they're probably going to get more people involved. So we'll see. But I like that one. Again, with the way that the under is, with the way the under is going down, if you're getting 10.5 points, I think you take that team any day. It's tough to cover double digits. Like you mentioned Mahomes' struggle to cover those big numbers just because, usually the Chiefs are so highly power rated that it's tough for them to get a decent number. That's why when you had them at 3 against the Vikings on Sunday, you got to take that number. Yeah. But yeah, I think it might be a fade of the Chiefs this Thursday just because of the spot. I think they win
Short
the game,
week.
right? Yeah. But they're focused on winning, not covering, and two, I don't even know how it would be plus, to add points up with the win and how it might be.
The last 3 games between these two teams with double-digit spreads, the Broncos were obviously underdogs, and they covered all 3. Denver, January, I'm assuming the last game of the year for the Broncos this past season, they were 13.5-point dogs. They lost by 3. January 2022, I assume last game of the season for the Broncos. Then 2. Of course, different quarterbacks, not the same coaching, whatever. Denver, 11-point dogs, and they lost by 4. I will say, even though the Chiefs have won all these games, the last 3 games have all been under 10 points total. The last one that was that the Chiefs won by double digits, they won 22-9, and the Chiefs were 8.5-point favorites in that game. So I do, again, if you force me to bet the spread, I would take the Broncos to cover the 10.5, but it's very hard to want to trust this Broncos team. I can't believe I'm saying that because I'm a Sean Payton guy. I do think Russell Wilson.
Because you guys went to the same college?
Yeah, obviously.
Harvard of the Midwest.
And he's only been a successful head coach in the NFL, all right? He went to the Harvard of the Midwest and became a successful coach in the NFL as a Super Bowl winner.
You a Ryan Pace guy too then?
No, I'm not a Ryan Pace guy. I wish that.
Weird how your allegiances thin out just because the guy sucks.
I like to be proud of the guys, of the success that I have seen from the Harvard of the Midwest, okay? So, anyway.
Harvard's overrated.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this Broncos team, but
they suck.
They suck.
Answer.
And, but yeah, those are the 2 plays. Mahomes completions, over 25.5, and the under.
We'll be with you tomorrow for Big Ten After Dark. I think that's at 5.
We're going to talk about the Bears game?
o'clock. Oh yeah, we can mention the Bears game.
Oh yeah, it's in the headline.
Hey, it is in the headline. Hey, I usually do that. I like to make a headline and then completely ignore the headline. That's just the way I roll. Okay. We got the Bears and Vikings coming up this Sunday at 12 o'clock. We do have a tailgate. So come out and join us. There's all you can drink Goose Island and Firewater Barbecue as well. You can check that out at allchgo.com/events. But right now the line is Minnesota -2.5. You could probably shop around and find 3, or if you find a book at the right moment, you might get a 3 on the Vikings. But the biggest thing is Justin Jefferson on IR for the Minnesota Vikings. But also, Bears are banged up too. Khalil Herbert doubtful. Roschon Johnson questionable with a concussion. Even Travis Homer, all the way down on the depth chart, is questionable. So what do you make of this matchup? Should the Vikings be getting 2.5 points?
Yeah, I think they should. But I'll say this. I probably will eventually just bet the Bears to win if I do bet the game. Like if I decide to bet on who's going to win this game. It's a divisional game. They play each other twice a year. The Vikings know the Bears know the Vikings. Jefferson doubtful, correct?
IR, so he's
IR. He's gone. So I do think that helps the Bears. It's just hard to trust this Bears defense. So 3 points, it's like, Kirk Cousins could throw for a couple touchdowns. Will the Bears offense continue to be what we've seen the last 2 weeks? I think it will. Vikings defense, not good. So I think the safe play is the over. I think over 44.5 is, you lock that in. I think both these teams are putting up 20 points at least on Sunday. And one of the reasons that I don't like the spread, and if I do bet this game and it stays at 2.5, I'm just going to take the Bears money line for better odds, and because nothing is worse than betting whoever plus 1.5, 2.5, and then they lose by a field goal. Nothing is more annoying than that. So just be hurt because you bet the money line and they lost. All right. I read the Bears are 5-19-1 against the spread versus the Lions, Packers, and Vikings since 2019. They obviously they have been very bad at covering spreads for not just this year, but last year, the year before. Like it's been tough. So that's why even more so, just if you think the Bears are going to win, just take the Bears money line because at least the odds are better. But I love the over because I just think both defenses stink and they're going to put up points. I'm hoping Roschon Johnson can play.
He's
extra few days of rest. I know it's a concussion.
He's still in concussion protocol today.
Yeah. But that's the only thing that does kind of scare me is, like, who's going to run the ball? Like, is it going to be Kahari Blasingame running the ball? Like, is Bragg's guy going to finally get his touchdown? Like, I don't know. So
Justin Fields rushing touchdown?
Maybe Justin Fields touchdown might be the play. But they were throwing the ball against the Commanders. And I don't think this Vikings defense is sus, man.
Yeah,
I think they could put up some points no matter who's at running back for the Bears on Sunday.
No, I 100% agree. I mean, the biggest component is if Justin Fields is playing, and you look at PFF, who's the highest rated quarterback in the red zone, it's Justin Fields. So weird how that works out. Yeah, he's incredibly talented, and the fact that they've been able to unlock him a little bit, I think it obviously is part of the defenses that they're going up against, and just the bad teams and the Commanders and Broncos, but Vikings aren't that much better.
Yeah, they're 1-4.
They're 1-4, 11-0 last year in 1-point games. Now that's already, I think, 1-4. So I mean, it hasn't been pretty, and they should have lost week 1, right? Did they at least? They lost week 1 against the Bucs.
Yeah, they were 1-4.
Yeah.
Right?
So I mean, they're not an impressive team.
The Bears beat Carolina. That's the one win they have. Is they won by 7 against Carolina.
Yeah, that's a real impressive win there. I do like the Bears this weekend at home. I think that they understand the spot. They understand that the season isn't too late or isn't too past them just yet. And if they do want to change the narrative, it starts now. So I think it's a great spot for the Bears, and I do like them to get the victory.
If Herbert or Johnson don't play, then I too like Justin Fields to score and probably go over on passing attempts.
Mm-hmm.
I think those would be the two automatic plays. If you don't want to risk your money on the Bears winning or losing, right? I think those would be the two props that I'd jump after.
And it's likely going to be a competitive game, right? I don't think this is going to be a blowout. I mean, you could look at the spread being a 2.5-point game. The Bears are likely going to be in this. Shouldn't be really any script to lean towards a running game. So I agree with passing attempts over for Justin. All right, that's going to do it for CHGO Bets Daily. We're going to be back tomorrow with more college football bets after Cody cashes 3 tonight. Look at that.
Big fan of FIU and New Mexico State, baby.
Let's go, Panthers.
Day 8 of 50 straight days of football, baby. Like, again, I dream of these days in June when my favorite baseball team is pissing me off.
Hit that thumbs up button. Don't piss off Cody. Make sure you're helping Cody out by hitting that thumbs up button. We appreciate everyone watching. Follow Cody on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. You can follow the show at CHGO_bets, and you can follow me at Sean_W_Anderson. Thank you to I was gonna say Stephen Nicholas. That's not you.
That's fine. Thanks, Steven.
Lawrence Benedetto. Yeah, thanks Stephen. No matter what. Thank you to Law Dog for producing the show. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 5 p.m. for Big Ten After Dark. Goodbye.
We all silly like the mayor.